Well, hello. I'm so excited to get back in the saddle here with Venna Teaches, and I've taken a little sabbatical over the summer, trying to battle the heat of Alabama. And I've decided to get back in the game. I've missed doing this, and like I've told you before, if there's just two or three of us hanging out here, learning a little extra history and learning about why history is important, then that's just fine with me. So I've got a brand new group of kiddos that I'm teaching this year, and I'm excited about them. And I just love the beginning of the school year. It seems to be there's a brand new shiny school year where you new kids, new energy, new parents, and even though history doesn't change from year to year, it still is exciting to see their reaction to learning something new. So I'm all about learning something new. So I am glad you're here with me. And I just wanted to go back and talk about why history matters. Why is history even important? Who cares? It's a bunch of dead people. Okay, that's what people like to say. Or here's my favorite: how could you not do well on your history test? It's just memorization. Well, no, it's not. If you teach it right. If you teach it right. That's the deal. Do you have a passionate, good teacher who cares enough to teach you history correctly? Okay, so why is history important? History is important because for several reasons. It gives you context. It gives you a backstory to understand why things are the way they are today. Okay? You you don't understand about World War II unless you understand about the Great War or World War One. Okay? History provides context. It provides us lessons of either this is something we need to really do, it worked well in the past, or ooh, we don't need to do that because that did not work in the past. So history provides a context of what in the world is happening. Also, you know, I love science, love technology, love engineering, love math. They're all great. But STEM, everything's about STEM. Yay! But there has slowly but surely been a de emphasis by our country on history and civics and the humanities. And that, in and of itself, is a tragedy because what that has done, and you see it every day in the world. I hate you because you do not believe in the same thing I can you believe, I mean, that is what things are. I hate you because you are liberal, or you are conservative, or you're a Democrat, you are a Republican, you got the COVID shot, you did not. I mean, people are throwing around hate. Okay, it's okay to disagree with people, y'all. This is America still. But you know, history provides us the lessons on how to be civilized. That's civics. Civilized. How the order of things and how we can be orderly. The humanities. Humanities teach us how to be humane. So when you're teaching history, it is real people with real emotions and real feelings and real triumphs and real tragedies. And I say this all the time: good people, we need to know, good people make bad choices. And sometimes, even harder still, bad people can make good choices. And that's hard to sometimes to wrap your head around too. Okay. So I've never been able to put this into words, and I felt this way. But one of my mentors, named Plater Robinson, who is down at Tulane University with an institute that deals with a lot with Holocaust survivors and telling their stories. I went down to a week long I guess, summer institute. It was a teachers institute. And one of the things he said, I was like, that's what I've been trying to figure out how to say. But he said, Venna, heroes aren't all angels. I want to say it again. Heroes don't all have to be angels. You know what I get from that? That means that the ordinary, like me, like you, the people who make mistakes and learn from them, and those who keep making the same and finally ordinary gets to be extraordinary. In America, you get the opportunities. And I know people, well, not that we're not a perfect country. We're not. Countries, I look at countries a lot like people. Countries are made up of people, they're led by people, they're inhabited by people. People making decisions are human beings, and we're flawed. We're flawed. Every human being is flawed. We all make mistakes. Now, some people make bigger mistakes than others, and they continue to make the same ones. But countries are just like human beings. They have triumphs, they have tragedies, they have moments of greatness, and they have moments that they should be ashamed of, because we're made up of human beings. And if we don't teach our kids from history that people make mistakes, but they can rise up and they can have second chances. See, we've got a lot of people who've never failed, never been allowed to fail, never been allowed to make a mistake, because people come behind them, oh, right? When something bad happens, they don't know how to pick themselves up off the ground. See, that's what history teaches us. Hey, you get to pick yourself up. We get another chance. We live to see another day. So, see, history is important because we are teaching values and character lessons to our children through the people that we talk about and through the events that we discuss. And a lot of it is, are your teachers of history prepared? Are they doing what they're supposed to be doing? Are they teaching the way that they're supposed to? You don't need all of these theories and all these things going on if the teacher would teach correctly. Hey, listen, make tons of mistakes, always have, will continue to do so. I've gotten better about admitting it. I think I apologize to people probably 6, 7 times a day. Okay, I'm sorry, didn't mean that. Oh, I forgot your quiz at home. I'll go get it. I'm definitely not perfect. Okay, but we're fixing to start on Thursday our unit on the American Revolution. Okay, and I've already told my kiddos, who writes history? Who writes it? The winners. Winners write history, because the losers aren't going to write their history. The winners write. And that's fine, but there are many other perspectives that are happening in history besides the winner's perspective. So let's take the American Revolution that we're fixing to start in my class on Thursday. I could just come in and talk only about the founding fathers and how awesome they were and how great they were, and the patriots and the surrender at Yorktown and Georgia. And I will talk about them, because there's not many things, y'all, that people are willing to put their lives on the line for, and their necks literally on the line for. But it would be an incomplete history of the American Revolution if I did not talk about King George of England. And if I didn't talk about the British soldiers over here and what they were going through. They left their homeland to come over here and fight. Okay. A lot of them. Some are already here. What about the wives of the British soldiers over in England who were pining and wondering what's happened to their loved one. I mean, isn't their story as compelling? It would be an incomplete history to not talk about all the pieces of it. You can't just only talk about one area, okay? You've got people who really only want to focus on one thing. It might be something negative. Well, we're going to talk about this all because that is the most important. All of it's important, okay? You cannot change history or manipulate history for your personal or for politics. History should not be used as a pawn for you where you get to pick and choose what part of history that you get to teach. Okay, it's wrong. I'll sit here and tell you it's unethical to do that and to say, well, I'm only going to tell the perspective of the so and so because they do matter. They're part of it. And you're teaching people that if you only teach one perspective, then you're teaching people that there's only one perspective that matters. And everyone's perspective should be taken into account. History matters. And we've got to start emphasizing that to our children today, yesterday. Okay, because what we're going to have is a group of people who do not understand, and they're so this right here all the time on the phone, on the iPad, and look, I'm on mine right now, right? They're on social media, and they believe what they're told by people who are not giving them the whole story. Okay, I mean, look at these news people. Go back sometime and watch an old Venna Teaches on Beware the Adjectives and Adverbs. The people in the news, they are not telling you the news. They're telling you their opinion. Okay, it used to be that you could turn on the news, basically any of the channels, and they would say, hey, there was a fire at the so and so, there was a break in, or there was a rally. Now it's adjectives and adverbs that infuse their opinion on certain people and certain things. They're not their opinions. Okay, they're pundits is what they are. And we've got to teach our kids to be able to pull the adjective out of there, pull the eye roll out of there, pull the adverb out of there. Really, the only story here, guys, is that Sally Sue went to the store. Okay, we've got to teach our children how to discern the real news from the story. And if we don't teach them history, they do not understand the dialogue between groups of people, be it country to country, person to person, enemy to friend, okay? Husband to wife, brother to sister, all right? Soldier to captain, captor to the prisoner of war, okay? You've got to teach about the relationships between people and the decisions that were made so that our kids will understand, hey, the way I talk to someone matters. Decisions I make matter. Someone did a decision. You know what, y'all? I'm all about learning from someone else's mistake. I make plenty of mistakes. But if I can look at what someone else has done that didn't quite work out and spare myself the grief, there's enough going on in the world that's bad than me making more mistakes. So if I can learn from someone else's, I'm going to do it. Now, stay tuned because this is just an introduction and we're going to keep this going. And I cannot wait to get back with you and talk more about why history matters. And I hope you have a great night. I would love for you to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If not, leave me a message and I'd love to talk to you about it. But let's keep learning history and let's keep getting our kids to learn how to deal with other people.